Predicted Manchester United lineup versus Brighton, Antony and Wan-Bissaka start. Manchester United travel to the South Coast for tonight's Premier League clash against Brighton and Hove Albion. The Red Devils returned to winning ways with a 1-0 victory over Aston Villa at Old Trafford last weekend. They are now inching closer to their aim of qualifying for next season's Champions League. David De Gea has moved clear in the Golden Glove race after keeping his 15th clean sheet of the campaign. The Spaniard will be aiming for another shutout at the Amex Stadium tonight. We anticipate a solitary change in the backline. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was tremendous against Kaoru Mitoma in the FA Cup semi-final and completely nullified the threat of the Japanese star. He should replace Diogo Dalot at right back. Victor Lindelof is expected to partner Luke Shaw in central defense. Tyrell Malacia should retain his spot on the left side of the back four. With Brighton's attacking credentials, Erik ten Hag should resort to a more defensive formation. Christian Eriksen could play in a more deeper midfield role alongside Casemiro tonight. Anthony Martial should lead the attack with Antony starting on the right wing. This obviously means Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes will start in the left wing and number 10 positions respectively. This is how our starting 11 against Brighton tonight is expected. So what is your opinion on this? Did you like the first 11? Erik ten Hag provides update on 3 Manchester United stars ahead of Brighton clash. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has provided an update on 3 players ahead of Thursday's Premier League clash against Brighton and Hove Albion on the road. Ahead of the encounter, ten Hag has provided some positive news on the fitness front. Speaking in his press conference, ten Hag said that the game will come too soon for Alejandro Garnacho, who is short of full fitness after recovering from an ankle injury sustained in March. The Dutch tactician added that Raphael Varane could return earlier from injury than Scott McTominay, but they are not expected to feature in the next 2 games against Brighton and West Ham United. United are currently on 63 points after 32 games into the Premier League season. If they manage to beat Brighton, they would require just 2 more wins to secure a top 4 spot. Hence, they are in pole position to qualify for the Champions League. Varane could be fit in the coming weeks, but ten Hag may keep him fresh for the FA Cup final next month. The World Cup winner could be handled with caution by ten Hag, considering his injury record. The manager would not want him to suffer a setback ahead of the Manchester derby. Erik ten Hag urges Alejandro Garnacho to make next step and compete for starting role. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has urged Alejandro Garnacho to compete for a regular starting role after putting pen to paper on a new long-term contract. The 18-year-old has had a wonderful breakthrough season with the Red Devils, registering 4 goals and 5 assists from just over 1,000 minutes of first-team football. His progress was stunted in March due to an ankle injury, but the Argentine should be involved in the forthcoming Premier League games as well as the FA Cup final. Speaking in today's press conference, ten Hag said that Garnacho has received a prize for his recent showing and he must now compete for a starting position. Garnacho had a difficult pre-season under ten Hag and he was dropped from a friendly game in Australia after reporting late for a couple of team meetings. His attitude has improved over the course of the current campaign and he now needs to impress on the training pitch consistently to get the nod in the 11. Meanwhile, the Argentine may have to adapt to the right wing during his development phase. Marcus Rashford has been almost an undisputed starter from the left wing and he could cement the spot next term with United expected to land a marquee striker. Hence, Garnacho's chances of breaking into the lineup ahead of Rashford are pretty slim, but he could have a better opportunity of displacing Antony. Manchester United scout Gambian winger with 18 goal contributions this season. The latest footballer linked with a move to Manchester United is Gambia winger Alou Fadera. We are fully aware that with transfer season almost upon us, Manchester United will be linked with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the market. It's also that time of the year when scouts are easily spotted at games, getting their final bits of homework done before the transfer window opens. One player reportedly on United's radar is Zulte Waregem's Player of the Year winger Alou Fadera. Fat Era currently plays in the Belgian Jupiler Pro League after previously making a name for himself in Slovakia's second tier. According to Belgian outlet Voetbalkrant, United have sent scouts to watch the 21-year-old Gambian, who earned his first international cap in March in a game against Mali. This season he has managed 9 goals and 9 assists for Zulte Waregem. While Fat Era has a contract running until 2025 at Zulte Waregem, it is still believed that he would be signed on the cheap. For instance, Transfermarkt claimed his market value currently stands at €2 million. Wout Weghorst's days at Manchester United are numbered with extension unlikely. Manchester United have yet to start talks with Wout Weghorst over extending his stay at Old Trafford beyond his loan deal. The Netherlands international joined Manchester United in January on loan after Cristiano Ronaldo's departure. He has only been able to score 2 goals in 25 appearances since then. While Weghorst has not been banging in goals for United, I still think we should reflect on his time at the club positively. He has always given 100%, and I'll forever remember watching how he celebrated the Carabao Cup final win over Newcastle at Wembley. You could see what it meant for him to win his first ever trophy. However, it was clear in the January transfer window that the Glazers were not going to give Ten Hag extra cash to find a new striker, so the Dutchman was left with no other choice but to find on loan. A compensation fee of £2 million was paid to secure the 30-year-old's services for the remainder of the season. According to The Telegraph, Weghorst has informed the club he wants to stay, but no efforts have been made by United to make this happen. This leaves Weghorst's future up in the air because nobody knows whether Burnley want to take him back now they've returned to the Premier League under Vincent Kompany. The report states that the newly promoted side could allow Weghorst to leave again, so a return to Turkey may be on the cards. Marcel Sabitzer hails exceptional Manchester United teammate. Marcel Sabitzer has labelled Casemiro as exceptional as he talks up the quality in Manchester United's midfield. Manchester United's midfield is a competitive place right now. Gone are the days where Fred and Scott McTominay are regulars, changes are in full swing. Marcel Sabitzer is one of the mid-season additions, signed on loan to cover Christian Eriksen's injury. Now both players are fit and eligible for selection. It is summer signing Casemiro who has been the real key to United's midfield revival. Marcel Sabitzer has been speaking to Sky Germany about United's strength and has talked up Casemiro in particular. He is full of admiration for the now Brazil international captain, commenting that he holds the team together. While this makes it tricky for Sabitzer to start regularly, he is glad to contribute as part of a very high-level midfield.